Last week, President Trump announced that he is nominating Judge Neil Gorsuch of the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals to be the United States Supreme Court Justice. And as someone who has been following the news and rumors on who the pick will be, I've been looking into potential nominees for weeks, and I was pleased to see Judge Gorsuch when his name came up because we know something about him. After the untimely death of Justice Scalia a year ago, it was clear that the presidential election would be about the direction of the Supreme Court for the next generation, or maybe even generations. With the results of the election, a Republican president and Republican Congress, the American people have entrusted us with confirming a justice that will adhere to the rule of law and will not try to read between the lines when interpreting legislation or the Constitution. With the selection of Judge Gorsuch, I believe President Trump has picked just such a justice. The president might not know or remember, but George W. Bush nominated Judge Gorsuch to his current position, and the Senate confirmed him unanimously by voice vote. We went back and looked at the record. No one had voted against him. The same guy that is up before us today, at this time. There's no question that Judge Gorsuch is qualified for the Supreme Court. He is a graduate of Columbia University, Harvard Law School, and of Oxford. He clerked for Judge Santelli of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. He clerked for Supreme Court Justices Byron White and Anthony Kennedy. So he knows the job. It is no on-the-job training for him. He has been in private practice. He's been principal deputy to the Associate Attorney General and the acting Associate Attorney General at the U.S. Department of Justice. Much like the justice he is nominated to replace, Judge Gorsuch has become known for his writing style. One of his former law clerks said that his, quote, favorite aspect of the judge's writing is his ability to humanize disputes. It appears that Gorsuch has more in common with the late Justice Scalia than just writing abilities. He has said that, and this is the quote, assiduous focus on text, structure, and history is essential to the proper exercise of judicial function. That judicial philosophy has been borne out in his record on the 10th Circuit. My home state of Oklahoma is within the 10th Circuit jurisdiction, so we know him very well. Oklahoma is the home of Hobby Lobby. Everyone's familiar with what Hobby Lobby is, and it started out, a lot of people don't realize this, but it started out when I was in the state legislature. The Greens, who have Hobby Lobby, started out in their garage, and they were putting together at that time things that they could frames for miniature picture frames and that type of thing. And with a loan of $600, David and Barbara Green began making miniature picture frames. Now today, Hobby Lobby is the largest privately owned arts and crafts store in the world, with over 700 stores in every state except 3. The Greens are people of faith, and when they were facing fines under the Obamacare for not providing certain insurance coverage that violated their faith, they were faced with an impossible choice, and they took it to court, risking millions of personal dollars in doing so. In siding with Hobby Lobby against the Obamacare contraceptive mandate, Judge Gorsuch stressed the point that it is not for a court to decide whether the owner's religious convictions are correct or consistent, but instead the court's role is only to protect the exercise of faith. And the Supreme Court agreed. Again, Judge Gorsuch defended the Little Sisters of the Poor's religious beliefs in his dissent of the 10th Circuit refusal to rehear their case against the Obama administration regarding the same mandate Hobby Lobby was contesting. Time and again, Judge Gorsuch has defended religious expressions in public space. In addition to defending the First Amendment protection regarding the free exercise of religion, he is also skeptical of the idea that agencies should be given wide latitude when interpreting statutory language. In a recent opinion, Judge Gorsuch suggested that the precedent of the judiciary to give deference to agencies on statutory interpretations limits the courts when reviewing the legality of agency actions. Gorsuch believes it is for Congress to write the laws, to the executive to carry them out, and the judiciary to interpret them, just as our founding fathers had planned. I look forward to working to move Judge Gorsuch's nomination forward. He's going to be confirmed, and he'll make a great justice of the United States Supreme Court. With that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.